Welcome everyone to episode 6 of Empyrion Galactic Survival. Empyrion for Noobs. Another fine day here. Last episode I introduced you to death. Today, as promised, I want to go through exploration. How to, get your planet all mapped out. You can see we've gone pretty far east here, and we have already discovered these 3 Xerax POIs. If you look at these, the circle that this makes, this territory is really marked out by where these POIs are. In other words, this circle is sort of around here. If I were to go and attack these POIs and core them, so they're no longer Xerax, this red zone would all disappear. It would no longer be their territory. You can also see up here how the circle's breaking a little bit. That means there's another circle here, and there's probably a couple more Xerax POIs up there. Probably nothing in here, but as we go around we'll explore there as well. Basically, when you're flying and you discover areas, the ship generally has a 3 square wide viewing range. So, as I go along here, if I went straight across here, all of this area would be opened up as I went across. This is a small planet, by the way, so it's fairly easy and fairly quick to get around and observe everything. Without further ado, however, we better get up and go look around. First things first, I should be reminding everybody what the key presses are. Once again, to get into your ship, press F. Get to this screen where you can refuel. Hit the manage and then grab your fuel and drop it into fill fuel. Now here you see it did not accept it. It's because even one of these large fuel packs would overfill it. We have to go for something smaller. Yeah, let's do that. You don't have to get up to 100%. That's just, the ADD in me. Alright, hit the Y key to fire up your ship. Press spacebar to jump up into the sky. Right now I'm using the arrow keys to spin the ship. Left and right arrow keys. You could do it with the mouse as well, you can see. And now it does tend to make you a little off kilter there, as you can see. If you want to level yourself out again, just hold the O key, like so. Okay, we're gonna head on west. If we look at the map, I'm right here on the equator, so once we get past this stuff that we already discovered, which is the Talon settlements, you can see their territory marked here in green. We'll be discovering new stuff out here. And since we're heading west, you can see this is where the sunrise is. We'll outrun the sun and be flying through the darkness. Basically, we're just looking to discover what's out there. See, at the bottom, I just selected my scanner. I'm climbing to get some altitude here. Close to 300 meters is good. Hit the O key to level out. Now I'm going to go and put her in cruise control by holding down the control key while I hit the W key to go forward. I was just checking out my storage. You see our ship speed is pretty darn slow. You could be flying at 70 meters per second with proper engines. Okay, I'm going to hit the S key to take myself out of cruise control. You can see there's a red mark on the radar up at the top. I'm going to hit the scanner. Let's see if anything unmarked pops up. And yeah, there's a couple things over here. Let's see what's here. We get them identified by flying over them. They will be on the map permanently, so to speak. Let's go take this one over here. Ancient Outpost. This thing here is a legacy POI, marked in pink. There's usually some good loot in there. And there's usually some monsters. Those nightmares. Or the orange scorpions. Now take a closer look at this. Oh yes. This particular POI is part of one of the missions. If I hit my tab key and go to PDA, go to Polaris missions. No, Talent missions, excuse me. Here's a Tales of the Past, you see. And if you do that mission, this POI will be one of the places they send you. You can see down here when you do the mission, these are your reputation points you get. It's a good way to get in good with various factions by doing missions for them. And we'll probably do this one eventually. But for now, we're looking around. Gain some altitude here. Do another scan. There was something over here. This planet is so small, we could probably, instead of just circling it, we can go point to point. Chances are you'll run into something with your scanner. Just go wherever it takes you. You can see it disappears after a while. Just scan it again. And you can see another one popped up as we got within range of it. So you can just sort of follow these things around, and when you get close enough, ping them again and get them on your map. There's a couple other question marks, and also a pink one. A legacy POI. By the way, the legacy is it's sort of like the Borg, except they're more insect-like. They infect the races they come in contact with. Basically all of the factions in this game are afraid of the legacy. because they do tend to take over. What is this? Another ancient outpost. One of the things that makes flying around in the dark here easier is night vision goggles. You can't make them, but they do show up as loot in various places. Let's see. Ooh, that looks like from here the abandoned reactor. Been through that many times. Destroyed mining towers. There's generally not much in there. We're running into more stuff over here even. Yep, the abandoned reactor. This is a very large POI. You go in guns blazing, it's going to take you a while to get through it. There's lots and lots of baddies in there. You thought that other POI was bad where I died twice with just 4 little monsters? That place is 100 times worse. But there is a lot of good loot in there. There's lots of stuff over here. What is that? I don't recognize it. But again, it is dark. Oh, it's the abandoned factory. I've been in many of those. Also full of very good loot. A lot of these legacy POIs have alien containers in them, as opposed to just cargo containers with junk. They have those as well, but the alien containers are ones that contain ingots and weapons and armor and all sorts of goodies. We're actually heading back east a little bit, as you can see. I want to go all the way up there. Yeah, eventually, yes. Let's go over here. See what these things are. By the way, you can use the Q and E keys to rotate your ship. And once again, the O key to just level yourself out. Ah, here's a drone guarding this POI. Get up above him. Make him come up to you. You can see as soon as he sees you, he starts climbing. And this is the abandoned archaeological site. Boy, it's dark here. You can see it's a pyramid. And there's a bunch of legacy nasties running around in there as well. You see that's the ice cap up there, so we're pretty far north. If you look at our map, we're up here. See this orange place here? That'll be Polaris territory. And we are neutral with them. Ruined landing pad. That's just some junk. Let's go follow this lead. You see the sun is sort of chasing us around the planet. More destroyed mining towers. Let's see, we're in neutral territory at the moment. I want to show you a little thing of... Since we're going to be building, when I get back to the base, I want to show you that these large pillars of stone contain a lot of crushed rock. So we can mine this. Hit the F4 key and link to your cargo box. Actually, I'm going to link to container controller. It's got more room, I think. So to link, you hit the little plug key there. Now everything you pick up will go straight into there and not into your personal inventory. And hit the F key. And hit F5, start the drone up. And I'm going to hit tab key twice. Bring up the radar so I'm not flying blind. And if your bar looked like that, just hit the T key and that toggles between your cargo hotbar, container hotbar, and your personal hotbar. And the last episode we made the drill and we're ready to go there. We're going to pick resource drill. And I'm going to start chipping away at this big rock. One thing to mention, it's a good idea to get to the low side of it and chip away at it at its base. There's a little bug where, you know, if I was chipping away at it up here, both stones sort of fall to the ground. When this thing disappears, it leaves two nuggets with large quantities in them. These nuggets are what you pick up. There's a slight bug where if you chip away at it up here, the nuggets form up here when this thing is gone away and drop down to the ground, and sometimes one of them will drop right through the ground and you won't be able to pick it up. Whereas if you chip away at it at the base here, and you can do it with your drone since you can get close to the ground, the rocks have less distance to fall to the ground, and more often than not you'll get both of them. Just a little tip. Those are the adaptations we make to any little bugs in the game. So let's start chipping away at this. To load it first. There we go. And I'll be back when this is done. This will still take a little while. You can see the points over on the lower right hand side. The hit points going down slowly. So I'll be back when this is done.
15 minutes later.
We're almost done. Here we go. Last hit. Boom. Let's point at this. Hit F. Look at that, 575 crushed stone. That's a lot. I'll do the same here. 690 crushed stone. Boy, those big rocks really do give you the crushed stone. Hit F5, bring ourselves back to our person. F to enter the cockpit. Now if you hit F4, you can see that's all the crushed stone we picked up, and it went right into our cargo container. Now we're gonna continue our reconnoitering of the planet. See what this is. Ruined temple. Something else up here. That's an interesting moon. It's got clouds. It obviously has an atmosphere. Although it may not be breathable. Probably isn't. Crashed capital vessel. These generally are good places to pick up materials like the good iron and steel plates and blocks. And there's probably a few cargo containers in there. Let us continue off west. We're very close to the North Pole. Scan here. I'll hit a little southwest since we're so close to the pole. Here's a unknown item. Oh, looks like we're over another radiated zone, like the one that was down south. What that is. It's sunken, whatever it is. Yeah, it's another crashed capital vessel. It's underwater. Alright. Let's head into this Polaris territory to see what's there. On the upper right hand side, just entered Polaris Megacorp territory. That's what that says over there with the little green square, yellowish green square. Ooh, here we go. All sorts of things popping up there. And there's a Polaris trading station. And we are neutral with them. And one of the things they changed just recently is that you can trade with them while being neutral. get close enough to the base here, you hear them chatting. Let's look at, see, we don't have anything in our bank, so we really don't have anything to trade with. That's life. If you click this last thing here, control panel, there's a thing called station services. A lot of trading stations have remote trading, where you don't actually have to go in and say hi to everybody. You can hit that, and here you can see they have stuff that you can buy. You can buy fuel with the, you can buy pentaxid. It shows you the price factor for station services, how much the cost usually is multiplied buying it through station services. So at the moment, since we have no money, we can't buy anything. You can also repair your ship. Shall we go inside and just look around? No, I'll save that for later. Let it be a surprise. Once again, we're neutral with them, so you can run around there and nobody's going to bother you. Let's go to the nearest thing out here. Looks like there's a bunch of resources in the ground there. If you look over here, it says level 5, question mark, 100%. That is probably the drone base. Because generally, only the drone base has shields. And that's what that 100% means. It's got 100% shields. Got to be very careful as we go around that neck of the woods. Okay, it's another crashed vessel. You can see these guys were already discovered. Those were the ones we discovered before. Over here. This extra little red zone up here, this is where the drone base is. Boy, there's all sorts of stuff around here. It's all resources. Let's get them mapped. We'll have to turn around and come back up north here. Copper deposit. Alright, let's head back north here. Let me gain some altitude because these places will kill you. Let's overfly them and catalog them for future reference. all those drones protecting those facilities. Large power station. Regular power station. Okay. I'm gonna turn around and get the other 2 POIs. Defense. Go get this resource. Iron deposit. Okay, let's head southwest. Let me take a look here. Kind of foggy, so I can't really see. There's the drone base there. It's an unusual drone base. I haven't seen that kind before, I don't think. Actually, I should head back up north. Since we were up there anyway. See if we could continue around here. Head west. Lower ourselves a little bit here. Also, we'll be outside of scanner range. Go a little northwest here. I want to sort of go down this track here. See if there's anything there. Okay, let's head south-ish. All stuff we've seen. Let's head west again here. Tall mountains in front of us. Continue heading in this direction. Get this mess of stuff. We'll head completely southwest. Take that stuff on a diagonal. I'm just going back and forth with the M key there. When you're in this map mode, you can hold the left mouse button and move your mouse around to scroll the planet, so to speak. Let's see, we got all that stuff. You see how that stuff that looks pretty far away shows up pretty quickly. Alright, let's, really a bunch of stuff down here that we haven't seen. Get down to about here. I'll head, west. This area here, by the way, is your no build zone. It's a sort of a seam between this 2D land map. And you're not allowed to build there. There's no build zone right over there. Keep scanning. When we hit that no build zone, you may see a little flash on the screen. There it was, that little blink. Alright, here's a bunch of stuff we haven't discovered. This looks like another Talon area. These guys down here, which we have not discovered yet. We'll just fly over them and put them in the books. These were the Talon in that radiated biome down south, the first one that we hit. We reached level 9. All this discovery is done as well. That unknown artifact over there, the red thing, it's red because we took the core out of it. That's that place where I died 3 or 4 times. Something unknown over there. There's a bunch of yellow places over there. That's all Polaris as well. We'll go over and get them on the map. This one is red. What is it? Burial chamber. That's another POI full of monsters. And there's a few loot containers in there as well. Get this resource on the map. Then we'll head back down south. Iron deposit. Let's see. Go down to this one here. Other iron deposit. And we're going to be flying over a bunch of Polaris stuff here. We're going to fly right into a mountain if we're not careful. I think we got everything there. I don't see any more question marks. Let's head west. It's all these guys here. Yeah, we'll continue heading west and knock off this ring down here at the bottom. There's the ancient tower way over there. Whole lot of nothing. We're chasing the sun, flying into the sunset here. Okay, looks like we've done all of that. Should fly up to here. Get this last chunk. Then we'll head on home. See, we've done a pretty good job mapping here. Just a few empty areas. You can tell there's no faction zones there. They wouldn't fit in that without being visible. The only thing that could possibly be in here are some of these, but even those will show up before you actually get there. So. On your scanner. So it's a pretty good bet these are empty. And we're over here. There's that drone over the Promethean deposit. And the place where we died right there. Being a legacy POI, the pink, after we recorded it, it belongs to nobody now. If you really wanted to, you could put your own core in there and make it a base. This burial chamber is a weird POI because it's got Talon running around up on top, but it doesn't belong to the Talon. It has legacy creatures running around down below, the nightmares and the orange scorpions and what have you. But doesn't belong to either of them. Either of those factions. Once we hit this marker, we'll head west again. Do some scanning, see if anything shows up that we haven't seen yet. Doesn't look like it. You can see this stuff is showing up way past here with the scanner. If there was anything in this dark spot, it would show up already. Alright, let's head on home. We're not very far away. And we're home again. I hit the F6 key to turn all that annoying text off. Once we land here, let's check our stats, because we should be privy to a 0x base attack pretty soon. Hit the P key. Statistics. Oh, we're still alright. Less than 5 days. We'll have lots of time. That's a pretty good introduction to your mapping and scanning. Got the whole planet mapped out. We know there's places we want to hit. Full of loot. The abandoned factory is one such site. And the abandoned reactor. That's a big hairy monster of a POI. I still have to think whether or not I want to go in there guns a-blazing, show you just what sort of hell you're in for, or take the easy way out and court from the outside. I guess I'll make that decision later. If you have an idea of what you want to do, just go ahead and put it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. But for now, that's the day. As always, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.